And new at noon, a Muskegon Heights factory is now a total loss after a large fire broke out earlier this morning. It started around 6 a.m. at Century Foundry, which specializes in aluminum castings. 13 on your side's Trevier Gonzalez has been on scene for the last several hours. And Trevier, were people inside when this fire started?
Hey Kirk, the answer to that is yes, and one employee even told me he heard kind of an explosion at some point before that fire ended up breaking out, and so it was definitely a tense time. Now, Century Foundry has 3 different plants, and so this is one of them, and understanding, just as you had said, this is a total loss. Of course, there were no injuries. Those employees were able to get out safely. Before we cut to video, I do want to go ahead and show you, this is still something that is being attacked. This is a Muskegon Charter Township firefighter truck right here, and you can see we even have a little bit of a collapse as we go down into this building. It is still something that is very actively being monitored and kind of just attacked. Now, throughout the morning, we saw members from the Muskegon Heights Fire and other area departments like that one right there, really trying to tackle this fire from several angles. Now, the fact that this was an industrial space made this a lot more difficult to contain. We ended up seeing a massive plume of smoke covering part of the area for a good amount of time. Now, firefighters initially went into the building when they arrived, but they ended up getting pulled out just because that building ended up getting more and more unstable, just like how I showed you earlier. And because there are so many hazardous materials in the plant, Muskegon County Hazmat team ended up having to be called in. Now, the Muskegon Heights fire chief tells me a private company will be helping out to deal with those leftover chemicals, but here's what he had to say about the building's structural integrity.
There's nothing for us to win or gain by sending people in and something falling on them. So we're going to do some more defensive work, some more hitting hot spots from the outside. And then once we're sure of the stability, send more people in and out. But right now we're in this cautious phase where, as we said earlier, it's a total loss.
The good news is there were no injuries other than a firefighter who had a minor shoulder injury, but it's nothing major. When it comes to the cause of the fire, Kirk, this is something that is still being investigated, so no definite answer on that just yet. We're live here in Muskegon Heights. Trevier Gonzalez, 13 on your side.